All right, good evening, folks. Everything new under the sun. This is big news. This is breaking news. This is J Post, and the news is everywhere else as well. Civil war, Syria civil war. Rebel groups enter Damascus. Assad flees the city. Why is this such a big deal? Because Isaiah 17 is very, very near, I believe. Isaiah 17 speaks to the destruction of Damascus. It becomes a ruinous heap. The country, which has otherwise been a continuously inhabited city and one of the longest continuously inhabited cities in the world, and Bashar Assad is now leaving. The government of Syria is leaving as rebel groups enter. Now, what does Israel do to rebel groups? As he has went after the IRGC, the Iranian proxies that have been traveling through and passing weapons through the Damascus airport on the outskirts of Damascus. Well, Israel's went in there and struck them. What happens if all of Damascus falls? Very likely Israel is going to have to deal with it. And if it becomes a rebel enclave and a safe zone for all the rebels and all the people against Israel and the proxy members, the Iranian agents, then Israel will have no choice but to take care of it. So here's a story from just prior to it. This is your hedge again. And jihadists reach outskirts of Damascus amid likely transition of power deal. Assad's fate is uncertain. So it's going to be interesting here. Is he going to have continue to hold any sort of power at all? I don't think so at this point. This is Donald Trump weighing in on the unraveling of Syria as Syria is being taken over by rebels, basically. And right now, Russia is kind of it's Russia that has their military on the ground there, although U.S. and Israel has been doing strikes there. But Trump is saying, this is not our fight. President-elect Donald Trump has weighed in on the rapid moving events in Syria, where jihadist groups backed by Turkey, by the way, Gog and the land of Magog, some people say that's Turkey, are entering the outside environs of the capital of Damascus. The embattled President Bashar Assad still appears to be in residence. This is an older story, but he has now gotten out of there. But his future is far from certain. Opposition fighters in Syria, in an unprecedented move, have totally taken over numerous cities in a highly coordinated offensive. Where did they get all this coordination from? Maybe Russia? Is Russia trying to distract from the Ukraine fight? Is Russia looking for power control in the Middle East? It goes on, and are now on the outskirts of Damascus, obviously preparing to make a very big move, taking out Assad. He began a statement on Truth Social, so that's what Trump said. Trump emphasized that Washington should stay completely out, calling the situation a mess, and that it is not our fight. But you know what? This is going to become Israel's fight because these groups, these rebel groups, are all going to converge and come against Israel. And this is really, I think, the precipice of the Isaiah 17 prophecy, the destruction of Damascus. Remember, Israel has already dealt with the Psalm 80, 81, 83 nations, the inner circle of nations, Hamas, and Hezbollah in Lebanon, and now they're going to start taking care of the outer circle, and it may be that Syria is one of the inner circle, and that's kind of the last to fall before they take out the outer circle. So Isaiah 17 may be part and parcel of the outer circle outer ring of nations rather, in Psalm 83, and therefore its fulfillment then precedes the War of Gog-Magog, where the hook in the jaw is in either Russia or Turkey or those nations from the north there, and they march on Israel as a I think it's Russia. Russia's all over in Syria right now. These groups are backed by Turkey. At the end of the day, I think all those nations will group together, and they will, and come against Israel. And this is an incredible thing. Why? Well, because it speaks to a very specific timeline in the last days. One of the biggest, most obvious prophecies is this destruction of Damascus, and total destruction as it becomes a ruinous heap. And then again it kicks off the timeline of the return of the Lord and the Ezekiel 38 and 39 battle. So incredible breaking news. This is just J post there, but I thought that was fascinating. This is RT.com, by the way. Jihadists enter Damascus, and this RT is reporting, quoting CNN. Bashar Assad's office has denied rumors that he plans to abandon Damascus, but that's already apparently happened. So a fascinating thing as we watch Bible prophecy unfold before our eyes. Thanks for watching. I'll leave it there. We'll see you in the next video.